spins and Sam Bleakley in the booth. And what a fantastic last heat we just saw, Sam.
Yeah, really close between Stephen Sawyer, Ned Snow and Taka Inoue from Japan there, the 18-year-old putting everything on the line. Soon as we see the replay of Ben Skindog Skinner, he's got a new model here that he shaped specifically for this event. He's added a little extra weight for the wind. Often we get this northeast wind that blows into the right-handers, and look at that trademark sweeping drop knee turn. Look at the power of the Skindog. This is one of the great all-rounders of longboarding. Brilliant on the nose, great on the tail, a wonderful...
Oh, this is the surfer in white, so Austin Hollingshead having a look at this one. And he's found himself a long, clean wall, the wind working favourably, kind of coming up the face of the right-handers. And it is pretty stiff. There's plenty of water moving around, but we've got long, powerful waves on offer here in Jinzhong Harbour. And definitely the right-handers have provided the bulk of the scoring so far in the first 2 days of competition. And, this is a decent opening wave for Austin.
Very busy there, nice footwork, got a few hang fives in there, some nice sweeping turns, setting himself up more for the fives each time, and a real role model for surfers all over the world for his accomplishments in longboarding, with the fact that he rides everything very well from big to small, and he's always willing to break new boundaries. He's never got stuck in one place by riding the same type of designs, always experimenting. So we see the replay of, from Florida, Austin Hollingshead, who is here for the first time at the World Longboard Championships. He's rides for Thunderbolt Technologies, boards with using the carbon fiber technology owned by Japan there. Boards made just outside Hong Kong, as we see Rodrigo A.Sphaier on his epoxy board shaped by Luffy. Again, another Thunderbolt. So in this heat, 3 surfboard designers who work with the Japanese company Thunderbolt, as we see A.Sphaier, powerful off the tail, big sweeping turns there, nice bright orange board.
3 surfers. Here's the replay of Rodrigo A.Sphaier as he really hung onto this backhand nose ride beautifully. Great body control there.
Did he have a little wave at the camera there, mid-nose ride? It looked like he kind of looked in just to check that maybe his coach was watching, gave him a wave, check his positioning. But great surfing from A.Sphaier there, really smooth, really powerful. You can see he's much more of a kind of progressive longboarder. As much as he did get something he's known for is his powerful attack from the tail, as we see Ben Skinner there, nice drop knee turn. You know, when you first saw that drop knee maneuver, Chris, from Skindog, I could see you went, wow, it looks great, doesn't it, when you see the classic drop knee turn?
Oh, it's almost like watching a telemarker bust out the one pole and rip some turns through some powder. It's just such a classic
style. Brilliant. Yeah. A replay from Florida, Austin Hollingshead. He's riding I'm not sure if he's on a Guy Takayama Thunderbolt or a CJ Nelson Designs Thunderbolt, but looking good. Our surfer from Florida lives in Melbourne. First time he works at Mr. Car Wash, and he's just been appointed a general manager, so he's going places, but he's definitely going places with his surfing as well.
Yeah, well, straight back into action again. This will be his 3rd wave, quickly in and out of that one, so 18 minutes to go. Ben Skinner with a pair of 5.3s.
Powerful waves back home in J-Bay. How does it feel knowing that you've lost your favorite board?
Well, that was definitely less
competing at this event, so great to have that team spirit. And how about the Donovan Frankenreiter of longboarding there? Steezy Sawyer is a cool dude.
He is indeed. And, well, he seems to have taken his little misadventure in the car pretty well this morning as well. I'm a little bit speechless, to be honest. All right, in the water right now, this is Ben Skinner flying down the line. This is a replay, some great drop knee turns the length of this wave.
That was phenomenal, the way he used that drop knee down, because he knew he couldn't continue the carve, so just come out of it and then got those 4 steps back up to the nose, so really reading the wave well. And this is our heat leader, Ben Skinner, a heat total of 11.90 with that 5.33 and a 6.57 waiting for.
Been up since about 4 o'clock watching action from all over Hawaii and around the world. Here goes Rodrigo A.Sphaier on the hunt for a 7.64. Talk us through it, Sam.
So he gets that 4 steps up to the nose. He's racing through this section, staying loyal, stretches out, gets the 10. This is a really great ride from Rodrigo A.Sphaier. Had to shuffle to get back to the tail. It's something we do see from him. He steps up, he nose rides well. He does often shuffle back to the tail, but great powerful carving work from the tail through there. Will it be the 7.64 that he needs to move into first position? It was a long stretch 5. He lost control a little bit. He readjusted. He pulled in the more critical hang 10, and then he moved back to the tail for some powerful re-entries, needing a 7.64 to move into first position going to be enough. It comes in at a 5.77, so you can see the lack of control just there, perhaps just pulling down that score. But this is a great nose up. Then there's the little shuffle to get back to the tail. Very wide, powerful attack from the tail there. So good 5 to 10 combination, but coming in at a 5.77, not enough to move into first position. Number of surfers here competing on his boards. He's also a shaper. We got Emilien Fleury from France is using his boards. Taka Uni, as we see a replay of Skin Dog. Nice pedal back to the tail there. Big sweeping turn here. Nice carve there. Looks at his spray. Comes off the bottom here. So he's already got a good nose ride, a good turn, a good rebound. Perhaps it won't go into his top 2. He comes in at a 4.57. Look at the scores Skin Dog has got. He's been very consistent in this heat. I think this is the sign of someone who could go far in this event.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, here's A.Hollingshead. He's on the hunt for an 8.7, so a massive score required. Anything over a 4.17 will narrow the distance between him and first place. He's got a nice wall out in front. He's styling down the line. Well, he's found some clean green face to work with. Gets a little bit hung up in the foam and goes down.
As we see Austin there setting himself up with a 5, pedals back to the tail. Lovely trim line on this board, staying nice and high to allow that opportunity to get the fin locked and keep his toes on the nose. Nice drop knee turn there, sets himself up again. Now more in the middle section of the wave. Nice little stylish kind of stall there. Didn't quite get under the curtain, rebounds off the foam. So A.Hollingshead,
longboarding brother, who's pretty handy in his own right. And the Hobgood twins from just up the beach, just up the road at Satellite Beach as well. So plenty of surfing royalty from that part of the world. Here goes A.Hollingshead with exactly a minute left on the clock. Gee, he really dug his rail into that cutback. Through plenty of water, and then got a little bit of style with the drop knee turn there as well. So not a huge wave for Rodrigo. He's probably going to make his way into the beach, but it's lined up pretty nicely, and he really fired off some great turns to get things going out the back.
And that was an interesting situation because B.Skinner had priority. Rodrigo went for it, Ben went for it, so Rodrigo had to go left. Rodrigo surfed that wave very well, but good strategy from Skin Dog to keep him. Absolutely,
as the hooter goes, and you would suggest that that is going to signal that B.Skinner advances directly to round 3. R.Sphaier and A.Hollingshead. Well, Rodrigo's on the hunt for a 7.1. Intuition would suggest that he's
time again today that the biggest scores have been coming on the right. So they've been slightly steeper waves. As we see Ben 4 steps to the nose, gets a quick 10, pedals back. Great footwork, extra weight in this board that he's designed specially for this event is really working for him. Really good footwork. Look at that commitment, Chris, to the footwork. That's what I love to see, the clean, smooth, controlled movement up and down the board. This is really great surfing.
But that one is in the hands of the judges. All right, we've got one heat left to run in round 1 of the World Longboarding Championships. This is the Taiwan Open of Surfing. Jinzhong Harbour bringing you all the action from Taidong County.